Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening, teacher.
Good evening.
Good evening. Well, I think we should wait some minutes for your classmates to join us because I'm going to explain how to work with the second stage of data analysis. So it's important that most of students listen to this information.
Okay, perfect.
Sure thing.
Okay.
Teacher, I have a question.
George.
Yeah, are we going to cover stage 2 and 3 today, or only 2?
Only stage 2, so you have that task for next Sunday, and I will explain stage 3 next Tuesday, but you won't have any task.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start. We didn't get more classmates, more students. What you see on screen are the codes that one group found after analyzing the data of the interview to LR. So you know that each one of the groups, each one of the groups analyze the data or the interview of one student. So the idea on stage 2 of data analysis, grounded theory, is to group and find commonalities in the codes that emerge from the analysis of the interviews. So what you will have to do is to read the codes that were found after analyzing the 4 transcripts and try to group them, try to find the commonalities and try to group them, taking into account the question. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Here we have general information about the learning object regarding an evaluation made by student LR about the requirements to work with the learning object, activities, methodology, questions in the forum, video, exercises in stage 3, exercises in stage 4, exercises in stage 5, exercises in stage 6, visual aspects, colors and the font, graphics, the amount of information, the activities. This is about grammar or typing mistakes, instructions, again videos, exercises, instructions, feedback, exercises. This is a general evaluation of the learning object. This the last two. So I'm gonna show you other matrix that will help you to group the ideas. So in this matrix, we have the codes found in the interview of GO, page 1. We have two codes that were grouped as las competencias incluidas en el objeto de aprendizaje se presentan de forma organizada, son interesantes y buscan desarrollar la habilidad de comunicación oral. So this new code emerged from these two opinions given by student GO. Now what we have to do is to find out in the other codes, in the other interviews, if there are similarities regarding the evaluation of competencies. If the other students think that those lists of competencies are organized, easy to identify, interesting, etc. So we have to go to the list of codes found. And for the interview of L to LR, there is nothing about competencies. So as we already read, this is about, most of the codes are about the exercises or the videos or the forum, but nothing about the competencies. So I need to go to the codes found in a different transcript. In this case, is the transcript to LE interview. And we have here suggestions, proposals. Here the student is giving an opinion about collaborative work that emerged from working with the learning object. Proposals, the listening part, more proposals here. The forum, here this is about games in the grammar part. Here this is about activities. Here this is about the last stage. The last stage, which gives students the opportunity to use what was studied to do something real, according to this student. This one is about the amount of information. Listening exercises. I think we had already something about listening up. Oh yeah, it was in yellow. Suggestions again. So this student answered the same questions that was asked to the first student, but this student mostly answered by giving suggestions to improve the learning object. This one is about activities. Activities in blue. Proposals again. Here. This is an idea which is a proposal expressed by the student. Again, a suggestion. So far we haven't found anything about the competencies. Activities. And that's it. So this student didn't give his opinion about competencies. So that means that so far, trying to group students' opinions about competencies, we just have one student, which is Gio, who gave her opinion about that. So here in this matrix, in this new matrix, I also have information about videos. This student Gio thinks that the video presented with the video shows students the vocabulary they need to answer tasks that are at the end of the learning object, and that the videos show new vocabulary, and that the way to present the new vocabulary is new and comprehensive. So in order to group those ideas, I have a new code, which is los videos incluidos en el objeto de aprendizaje presentan vocabulario nuevo, de forma novedosa, comprensible y es útil para desarrollar las actividades posteriores. So in this exercise, which is actual coding, the second stage of the theory of Strauss and Corbin, the idea is to again write new codes by grouping the ideas of all the students that were interviewed. So in order to complete this matrix, I have to go back. Didn't you see? Well, this was the matrix I was talking about. I'm sorry, I didn't notice that you were not, I was not sharing my screen. So here is what I told you about what Gio said regarding the videos. So I wrote a new code to group her ideas regarding videos. And now I have to go back, I have to check in the list of the codes of the other students to see if they have similar opinions regarding videos. So I go back. That's not. Okay, I go back and I look for the information about videos. Here in this first interview, we have it in color, fuchsia. So I copy that information in the new matrix. I'm going to do it and then I will share my screen again. So LE provided the interviewer with 4 comments, opinions about videos. And what we need to see if, what we need to do is to see if those opinions are similar to what we already have in the new matrix. So what I'm doing now is moving from the list of codes that you guys found. From that list, I'm choosing the ones about videos and I'm moving that to the new matrix. And then I will show it to you and we will see if there are commonalities between students' opinions. Okay, I've finished. Right, so I moved the second student's opinion. It says, el video llama la atención porque abre la imaginación de los estudiantes. So it says that calls students' attention, right? Catches students' attention. Here. Lo cual es diferente a métodos donde el estudiante recibe toda la información en documentos escritos. So that idea of being different is the same as the way to present vocabulary is new and comprehensible. It means that that idea is shared, and I can write here that that information also is shared by the student L. That is LR. So student LR also mentioned that I didn't ask you to write the page where you found that information, but when you carry out a research, that is important because by the time you describe what you found, you need to add some examples to the description of the results. So that's why it is important to write the page where the information is found in the original transcription of the data of the interview in this case. Okay, here the LR says el video permite observar la gesticulación, acento y pronunciación de quien habla. That is new. This information is not repeated here with GO's opinions. Here, los videos en el objeto de aprendizaje son buenos. Okay, the idea of being good is not repeated either. Los videos en el objeto de aprendizaje serían más fáciles de entender para estudiantes principiantes si estuvieran acompañados de una explicación en español. Okay, this is actually a suggestion, so it should not be here because I will group suggestions in a different group. And here, los videos en el objeto de aprendizaje no son complicados. So that idea is also mentioned by GO. by the first student, because she says here that they are comprehensible. So the idea of that they are not complicated, complex, is common. Okay, so far we have just two ideas that are repeated, which are a way to present vocabulary is new, and the information is comprehensible. Right? Now, this is just the information of two students. This is actually our LR here, as well as here. And actually I should combine here. Okay. So far we have the analysis of two students' opinions regarding videos, and the two opinions that are similar. So I need to go and see if the third student has a similar opinion regarding videos. So I look for that information in the other file. Here we have. So we already read about the student. So now we're going to read about LE. So he has suggestions, proposals, collaborative work, proposals, listening, proposals, forum, games, activities, real practice, the amount of information, audios. Okay, here is actually a proposal, a suggestion. It says, las actividades de audio deberían ir por etapas. And this is actually a suggestion. Deberían ir por etapas más cortas y los diálogos más lentos para los principiantes. Okay, suggestions, activities, proposals, ideas, suggestions, activities, and nothing about this. I mean, there is no opinion about videos. Okay, so what you will find this week, tomorrow night, in the virtual room is this file that I'm sharing right now on my screen, with the codes that you found in the other two interviews. So far, we just have the list of codes of two interviews. I am checking the other two ones, so you will have the complete list. So the task is, what you have to do is what you just saw I did, with information about videos, information about forums, information about activities, and any other code that you find that is similar among the students. Why do we have to do this? Because the research question is, here we have the research question, what is the evaluation of third semester students? So in this, for this research, those third semester students were 5 students, only 5. So we are finding out the similarities in their assessment regarding the learning object they used to finally answer the question. So we will say, if since we have 5 students, so if we have 3 students that have the same opinion about videos, that will become a category, and we will say that students think that the videos that were used in the learning object are or help to present information or vocabulary in a different way, and that information is presented in a comprehensive form. Just if 3 out of 5 students think have the same opinion. So far, you have questions?
So teacher, you say you're gonna upload the other interview codes tomorrow night?
Yes, because so far I've checked 2 of the tasks that you uploaded last Sunday, and is the other file that I just showed you where you find the list.
Okay.
And so I will add to that list the other 2 tasks that I have not finished checking. So you will have the complete list to do this group, this exercise of grouping the codes and finding commonalities, which is called the actual coding stage.
Okay.
The first one was open coding. This one is actual coding.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So what you have in the virtual rooms right now are the readings about actual coding and selective coding. You need to read only actual coding, which is what you will do with this matrix. That's what you will do in groups, and that's what you will have to upload. You will have to upload this matrix, complete this matrix, and upload it to the virtual room. So here you have competences, videos, forums, but there are also suggestions. So you need to create a new category about suggestions, or other category about other commonality that you find in the 4 transcripts, in the list of the codes that you have, that you will read in the virtual room, the one that I will upload by tomorrow night.
The only thing that we have to upload is this matrix.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what we do with the other files. I mean, we can change them or whatever in colors or whatever, but
yeah,
only
right.
Okay.
With the other file, this one, this file, the name of this file is Códigos Emergentes del Análisis. So with this file, you can change colors if that makes easier the grouping for you. Move the information, because what you will upload is the other matrix. So
Okay.
this one.
Okay.
Questions?
And we have to put, like, for example, you wrote there, or what I saw is that there were a lot of suggestions. Should we I mean, is this just one big suggestion thing, or we can divide it between, or group the suggestions, because I saw that there were, like, I don't know, lots and lots.
Yes. Student number 2, in this case is not number 2, but student LLE gave lots of suggestions to improve the learning object. So what you guys need to do is to find out if the other 3 students have the same suggestions. If they do, you move those that are similar to the new matrix, because you are grouping what are the similarities. you're grouping the similarities, only the similarities. It's because this student, he was asked the same questions, but he didn't, he just gave lots of suggestions, while the other three students gave other opinions about forums, exercises, the videos. This student only gave, gave a lot of suggestions.
Okay.
Any other question? No, any question? I want to, so if you don't have questions, I want to clarify something from one of the tasks that one group uploaded. I'm going to share that file. Okay, remember that I have just checked 2 of the tasks that you uploaded by last Sunday. This is one of those tasks. And here, the students that work on this one actually carried out 2 types of data analysis. Why? Because on the left, students wrote inferences or analysis of the language that was used by the speakers. So there are actually 2 codes, on the left and on the right. On the left, students wrote that here one code was tentar a saber conocimientos adquiridos. It was like the analysis of the questions that were asked and the answers that were given regarding the intention of the speaker. So the intention in this analysis, the students wrote that the intention was tentar saber sobre conocimientos adquiridos, hablar sobre experiencia adquirida, inferir que se tiene conocimiento del tema, retar la posición del entrevistado, ofertar, afirmar reiterativamente. So this is what is in black here is an analysis of the that is an analysis of the intention of the speaker. So what is intention? To infer knowledge, to affirm something, etc. And on the right, they wrote the codes regarding the evaluation of that student on aspects that have a relationship with the learning object, aspects of the learning object. So if I had to analyze, if the question of the research was what are the speaker's intentions in this conversation, so I will have to carry it out I will have to write this type of codes. But since that is not the question, the research question, but what are students' opinions regarding the aspects of the learning object, that's not necessary to carry out that analysis. I don't know if it's clear what I've just mentioned. I'm clarifying this because maybe since in the file that I will upload by tomorrow night, you will find a list of codes that you guys found out. So this specific group will find these codes that I just mentioned because those codes are not related to the research question but to a different way to analyze the data.
Diana, so you're saying that it is not bad, but it's not necessary because that is not the question we were asked?
Yes, so if I say, if the question is, what are the students' opinion regarding the learning object? So if I say, quiere inferir que tiene conocimiento del tema, that is not going to answer the question. That code tells me how the speakers are using the language in order to make themselves understood or communicate. So if the question were, what type of, or how is the communication between the interviewer and the interviewee in this conversation, or what are um, the intentions that are more that are expressed the most in this conversation. So I will have this type of codes that are here in the left part of the matrix.
Thank you, Diana.
Okay. Any other question?
I want to go a little bit back to the matrix. So in the matrix, it came to me. So we just write those things that are common. I mean, if somebody had an opinion that is only for that person, we don't write it in the we don't take it to the matrix.
For example, for the suggestions, yes, because you will find out that that student gave like, let's say 20 suggestions, while the other students gave, let's say, 4 suggestions. So it's not necessary to move the other 16 suggestions to this matrix because
Okay.
they are not repeated.
Only the ones that are common, that are repeated at some point.
Yes.
Okay.
So for example, this code about videos, if the other 2 students don't mention anything about usefulness to develop the other activities in the learning object, I will erase it because it's just an opinion of one student. Yes,
Okay.
I suppose that was just mentioned by Gio. So the three opinions that are repeated are that the videos present information in a new way and that that information is comprehensive so far, right? We will need to find out what is common in the other two interviews.
Okay.
Okay, any other question? I'm still working on grading the other tasks. I'm sorry couldn't upload them on Sunday as I promised. And I have to do that this week. There is no more time for me to do it.
And this matrix is our last activity, or next week we have another task?
No, this one that I'm showing you today is the last one.
Okay.
And on Tuesday, next Tuesday that we have the final encounter, I will show you the last stage of the data analysis, that you won't have to do any exercise.
Okay.
comments, questions before we finish? Nobody? So the
Teacher, I have a question.
yes.
On Sunday, I upload my that we had to do it in a PowerPoint presentation. So I send it like that. But should I send it like in this file in Word?
Well, if you know, I mean, if it's if the information is complete in the PowerPoint file, it's okay. Doesn't matter the type of file. So that I need that one is one of the tasks that I need to check. I'm missing 2 more transcripts to check, and yours is one of them. So by the time I finish, that will be tomorrow night. I will need to include those codes that you found out in this file. Remember that the idea is to move from this file to the other metrics with the commonalities. So here I need to add the codes that you guys found in the other 2 interviews. Okay. Anything else? All right, you guys, if you don't have questions, I will stop the encounter. The first step will be for you to read the information about actual coding that is published in the virtual room. So by tomorrow, if you're ready with the reading, you can start with the analysis of this data. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Email me if
Okay,
you have any
teacher.
questions when you start it.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you very much.
Happy
Diana.
good night.
Evening,
Thank you.
teacher.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Good
Bye-bye.
evening.
Bye to everybody.
Bye, teacher.